hopefully I'll catch the kind of tail end of the inversions before they disappear. I've just been speaking with somebody and they've told me that there is indeed an inversion which is visible at the top of the gliders, so I'm really made up about that. Oh, this is absolutely stunning. Oh, look at that. So today I'm over in North Wales and I'm planning on doing a wild camp at the Glyders, or the Glyderau, and I'm going to be heading up in between Trekkertent, going up to Glyder Fach and then over to Glyder Fawr. And Fach is little and Fawr is big, so it's the little and big gliders. Now there's been cloud inversion conditions for the last week over in Wales, and in fact for most of the UK, and I was lucky enough to be here yesterday and catch some amazing views. So I thought to myself, well, I'll come back again today and I'll make a video. Hopefully I'll catch the kind of tail end of the inversions before they disappear. But looking around, it doesn't look like that's going to be likely. Now the forecast says that the inversions are likely to be from 800 meters and below, which basically means that you're only going to see it from the very highest peaks in Wales, which means that all of the rest are going to be in the actual cloud layer themselves. Now, if you've never been to the Glyders, absolutely amazing area. It's very, very otherworldly. It looks just like an alien planet. Now, just looking over at the Carnet Eye, you can see that there is a quite distinctive cloud line, which is around about 800 meters, which is in line with the forecast. So basically, it might be the case that there is a very, very, very high inversion. I might be lucky enough to catch it at the top of the Glyders. So just there, we've got Trekkertent, and as we come around, we've got Glyder Fach, and then Glyder Fawr, which is just going to be just over there. Now, it's looking fairly promising. I can see the sun cracking through in between the two gliders there, which means that I think it might be a fairly thin layer of cloud, and I might actually be getting myself a cloud inversion today. So I'm just approaching the absolute slog that is the ascent up to Glyder Fach. And it's around about 600 meters here, so it's about a 300 meter slog, and it is really, really steep, scree, little bits of rocks, but basically not the most pleasant ascent, but it gets you up there, and that's what matters. And once you're up there, the Glyders are probably the most spectacular peaks in the whole of Wales. They are just otherworldly. It's really hard to explain just how strange they are, especially in the right conditions. It's hard to get your head around how it's all managed to be formed, to be honest. It looks like the result of rocks being kind of spewed up in the air and just kind of landing haphazardly. So probably the best way of describing it is it's a bit like an alien Stonehenge plopped on top of a mountain. It really is surreal the way that it is, but it is a thing to behold. Interestingly, it's actually what got me into photography like 13, 14 years ago. Basically, I seen that and I thought it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. The conditions were just perfect for it. And I would always recommend coming from this side, never going up from the Egan side, always come up from this side. So Glyder Fach and Glyder Fawr in that order, just because the way that everything appears when you do it in that order is absolutely amazing. If you come at it from the other side, it kind of ruins the impact of some of the features that you see there. So yeah, definitely advise doing it from this side, even though it is a bloody slog. Now, almost all the times I do this, I actually don't go up the way that I'm going now. I do it as a continuation from Trekkertent, and then I do Bristly Ridge, which takes you up to the top of the Glyders. So that's a much more interesting and much more fun way of getting up, but obviously not the best when you've got a house on your back. So that's the way that I'm going to go up, just up there. It's a bit of a slog, it's about 300 metres-ish. Oh, right, well, I'm on the way up the slog. I've just been speaking with somebody and they've told me that there is indeed an inversion which is visible at the top of the Glyders. So I'm really made up about that. Even though I got to see it yesterday, I'd be kicking myself if I didn't manage to get up and do one on a video for my channel. So really, really happy about that. It is a bit of a slog up here for sure. Right, so as if by magic, the next time you see me, I'll be at the top of this scree slope. Bring. So Glyder Fach is still in the clouds, so it's not above the inversion, but this place really lends itself well to being kind of in the cloud and the mist, because it's so otherworldly. It just looks spectacular. So it's a much higher inversion than yesterday. You can just about see the tip of the kind of eye over there. And then just over here, you got the cantilever. Oh, just as far as the eye can see, cloud inversion, just like an ocean of cloud. Absolutely stunning up here. Lots of people up here, obviously making the most of what's going to be the last day of the inversion, but absolutely stunning. So the inversion's actually really quite high. I can only just see Glyder Fawr peaking above the inversion over there, so that's going to be quite interesting. I think my spot is going to be just on the actual kind of cloud layer, which is going to be interesting. Hopefully it's not in it. Oh, this is absolutely stunning, but I can see ahead now. So I'm going to turn the camera around in a second just so you can see. So just over there, you can just see the peak of Snowdonia or Glyder Fawr. Then got Castell y Gwynt. And then just over there, you can see Glyderau, which is where I'll be camping tonight. So that looks amazing. So I can just see that the inversion is actually dropping down quite a lot. I think just as I've been viewing it over there, it's dropped by a good 50 to 100 meters. So that's an interesting sign. So it looked originally like I was going to be camping on like a little island peeking out of the inversion, but maybe not. Yeah, it's truly a sight to behold up here. I'm going to try and make sure that I camp as high up as I can, just so that I don't end up in the cloud overnight, which would end up quite moist, which we don't want. I feel really spoilt because I got an amazing inversion yesterday and the day before, and I've got myself another one today. Now, I'm not very good at the pronunciation here, but I believe that this is Castell y Gwynt. I always call it the cathedral. It just looks like a massive cathedral to me, obviously. That's why I call it the cathedral. It's just an absolutely unreal formation, that. So I'm just going to drop down into the cloud now, just so that I can make my way over to the summit of Glyder Fawr. So I'm just back inside the cloud now, just heading over to the next peak. Still quite early, it's only 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So got myself 2.5 hours of light. So nice and early, get myself all set up. I've seen a couple of other wild campers on the way up, people with big backpacks anyway. So I want to make sure that I get myself a spot. So I'll be pitching up a bit earlier than I usually do, just to secure myself a nice little spot. So fingers crossed that somebody else isn't there. Such a huge difference in temperature when you're in the cloud and when you're above it, obviously, because the sun's on you when you're above it and not when you're in it. Also, got a bit of the water vapour on you because you're in the cloud, which is going to have a cooling effect. See the little sheep there enjoying themselves in the cloud. When I say enjoying themselves, I mean eating rocks by the looks of things. It's really quite surreal when you see the kind of endless cloud just going on like some sort of vast ocean, and then you see all of the peaks of mountains acting like little islands in the sea. It just really, really changes how you view things. Kind of messes with your head a little tiny bit. It feels almost like you can just kind of trot along to each peak. Kind of it really messes with your perception of how big or small everything is, I think. It does for me anyway. Oh. Oh. While this is a very, very lovely mountain range, the Glyders, it's because of the kind of rocky formation up here, there is scree absolutely everywhere. So you're prepared to have your ankles rolled a little bit. So I would say that it's definitely not the range for beginners. Even if you pick a walking path, it can be still quite challenging. But it is definitely worth doing. It's just one of the most amazing places in the UK, or at least Wales anyway. So it looks like the level of the inversion is going to be very, very changeable today. It looks as if, as I'm heading up, it's kind of raising with me. So I'm just peeking out of it now, but I suspect that my camp spot is going to kind of be in and out, which will make for an interesting night. But hopefully I should be out of it for most of it. So I'm just almost at the summit of Glyder Fawr now. It's a really, really rocky summit, this one, but I have camped up here before, so I know that there are a few little areas that I've got grass. You can get your pegs in maybe 3 or 4 inches, so not too bad. There's no forecast wind for tonight, so I don't think I'll be having to worry too much about that anyway. I think just the weight of me being in the tent and a couple of little pegs will be more than enough. Oh, it is absolutely friggin' beautiful, it really is. Very lucky. I'm just approaching the edge over here now. This is a really good spot for doing winter gullies. I've climbed up a couple of different ones over here. That's really nice, so I'll show you that in a second. It should look, oh yeah, it looks really good with the inversion. So in the winter, all of this banks out with snow and you can climb up here relatively easy. I'm bloody spoilt for choice on what to take video of. It's just everywhere to point the camera, it's just amazing. The clouds that I was just showing you before, they're just literally just at the edge over here, which looks absolutely crazy. So you can see it now, it's just raising up above. Oh, Brocken spectre. Oh, look at that. There you go. So I don't know if you can see that. So this is, hopefully, I'm gonna bring this here. So hopefully you can see a Brocken spectre in front of me there. So that's caused by the sun casting a shadow of me on the cloud beneath. Hey, I'm glad I got that Brocken spectre. So a Brocken spectre is, it's German for, I think it's like mountain ghost, spectre being the word for ghost. And I think Brocken is a particular peak in Germany. I'm not 100% sure on that. So that was a Brocken spectre. So yeah, I'm really glad that I've got that on video. Oh, that's ridiculous. So they're usually quite fleeting, Brocken spectres. They don't tend to last that long. So I'm totally buzzing that I was recording at the time when one appeared then. If you're enjoying the video so far and you want to show a little bit of love, it'd be great if you could hit the like button just to let YouTube know that you're enjoying it too. It does help grow the channel, which is always nice. And if you're really enjoying the video, why don't you hit me up with a subscribe and then check out my other videos later on after you've finished watching this one, of course. So this is the summit of Glyder Fawr. Just down here is where I'll be making my home for the night, I hope, as long as no one else is there. Right. Well, absolutely stunning place to be camping tonight. Really pleased. So, for the first time in quite a while, I'm going to be cooking outside my tent, which is nice. So today I should be having chorizo bolognese followed by a white Oreo chocolate bar, like a fat bastard. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll get the chorizo cooking. A big glug of olive oil, some garlic granules in there, get that all mixed up. So I'm just slicing these little cherry tomatoes in half, just so that they cook easier and break down. Okay, that's good. So I can put this back on now. Just didn't want to burn them while I was chopping the tomatoes. Let's get those tomatoes covered in the oil so they start breaking down quickly. Quite mild, those chilies. It's a bit of a gamble about whether you're going to get hot or mild chilies. And then I've got a little bag of chopped mushrooms and chopped onions, so I'm just going to mix in with that now. It's quite a lot here, but this will kind of go down when it cooks. This is the only meal I'm having today, so try and get the calories out of it. And what I'll do is I've got a little tub of Italian herbs, just like a little mix, and I'll put that in. It's not loads, just enough to give a nice little flavour on top of the chorizo. And then got a little bit of salt. Ah, come on. There we go. And some black pepper. Oh, it's absolutely stunning. So the tomatoes are starting to break down a little bit now, and actually give me a nice little kind of saucy base. I can add the pasta in then. Time we're on now. It's just 10 to 6 now, so sun will be setting in about 20 minutes or so. Nice to be able to cook outside. Normally I'm just pitching up when it's getting dark, so end up cooking on the inside, but with such amazing views, I'd be daft not to cook outside and eat outside today. Smells bloody lovely. Okay, and add the pasta. Hey, I've not got enough pasta to be wasting. Last but not least, I shall add a little oxo cube, just to add a little bit of flavour and thicken it up a little tiny bit. There we go, I think we're all good. Turn this off. There we go, and I'll just move this out of the way. And there we go. Now chorizo bolognese. Very nice. Oh, what a bloody view. Inversion's actually starting to come up now. You can just see the clouds raising a bit there. I mean, this is what it's all about, isn't it? I mean, this is absolutely amazing view. Just sitting here, just eating some very strange food, looking at the most spectacular views. This is the life. This is what it's all about. This is why I love the outdoors. I could come here 100 times and it'll just look different every single time, but this is going to take some beating.
Well, I'm absolutely over the moon that I managed to be able to capture all that. That was an outstanding sunset. Unreal. So pleased that I was able to get that. If you've enjoyed this video so far, please do consider hitting the like button just so that YouTube knows that you've enjoyed it. And it really does help kind of spread the word and get YouTube to promote it to more people. And if you've really enjoyed it and you want to see more of this kind of thing, have a little look through my other videos and consider hitting me up with a subscribe. It would be much appreciated. Thanks very much. Not too bad. So I'm just going to be heading straight down to the car tomorrow. I've got to go to work, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd have a little mooch around. So hopefully there'll be an inversion in the morning and I'll be able to get a little bit more drone footage, which would be nice. It's just unreal how far the inversion goes, just as far as the eye can see. Oh my god, it's only 7 o'clock, but it's what happens when you wild camp on these early nights. It feels like it's about 10 o'clock, but well, fingers crossed there's a nice sunrise with an inversion tomorrow, and if so, I'll get myself some drone footage of that and I'll pop that on after this. But other than that, I'll see you on the next one.